Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome out, Dj-Ology. My name is Scott, DJ King, DJ King. I've got a great episode for you guys today. A lot of people have asked me to do this one, so I'm excited to bring it to you. Now, before we go ahead and get into that, guys, I just want to say, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the bell, any button that they got around this window, go ahead and mash it. I guess they say that in Florida, right? So guys, once again, Dj-Ology, the science of DJing, excited to have you guys here. And a lot of people, like I was saying before, have asked me to do long play, mixtape style within MixEmergancy. Now, if you look past some of my other videos, I've got one where I do one with Ableton, I got one where I do one with Adobe Premiere, how to make those long plays. Very known for that. I do a lot of those. So I didn't actually do one within MixEmergancy, and it's been a long time. So I got on the phone with Crush, and he was telling me how this worked out, and I'm excited to bring this information to you. We're gonna do the best we can, cover it how we can, and if we got a lot of questions after I finish with this video, we might go ahead and just make another one, see where you guys are at. So let's get into it. Once again, MixEmergancy. Nick, you're an amazing person. Thank you for making this software. All the video DJ community really does applaud you. So, with that being said, now the way this works is, you make sure you got your MixEmergancy window. Once again, at the very top, there'll be a little tab that says recording. Then you go ahead and hit the button for a new recording. What I'm going to do here is give it a name, Dj-Ology, right? That's going to be our recording, and it's going to pull up this window right here. Now, let's go ahead and explain how this works a little bit. So you have different options to take in your audio, to record your audio. Of course, you have the built-in microphone. You can do it that way. Don't really recommend it. It would just be the sound that would come from the speaker into the system. Or another option, you could record straight from the controller that you have, and I have a 1000 RSRT, fairly new. I'm excited about it. So we're gonna go ahead and select that option. And then you're probably wondering what the other options are behind it, because I didn't know, and I had to call Crush to figure out how it was working. So the word of the wise, he was telling me that Nick told him to keep it on Apple lossless, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, the channels right here is where I got stuck, right? You'll see as I got it clicked 1 through 10. Now, the way this works is channel 1, if you wanted to record just from channel 1, it would do that. If you wanted to record from channel 2, and of course you work your way down the line, the sampler has its own channel volume as well, and I have selected channels 9 and channels 10. Now, those are the master outputs. Now, I only have one cord coming out of this mixer for today's video, but you can record stereo, and it's going to record straight to the hard drive anyway, so it doesn't really matter what cords I have coming out of the controller anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit the advanced option, so we can probably go into depth about numbers and what kind of bit rate you want. It's just basically what quality of audio or what quality of video you're starting with, so you want to keep your source material as high as possible. We don't want to lose any quality with degeneration. Do the best that we can. We're just going to keep it lossless at 44.1 kilohertz for your audio. And I tell you what, if I get a lot of questions about this, we'll make another video later that talks about bit rates, encoding numbers. We'll have a geek session. It'll be fun. So underneath that, you want to know how you want your recording. We're going to say best. Cool. So what I'm going to do right now is explain to you a little bit how MixEmergancy records your session. The way it works is you're going to be in the mix, and you're going to be, blending, scratching, doing your routine, getting you through your set, right? Now, it's not going to record your master output. What it's recording is your fader movement. It's recording your knob movement. It's recording whatever you are doing. It's like MIDI. Like, consider it as if it was recording just the movements and your hands, and like if it was MIDI information. Because later we're going to have to export out your final product, and how it does that is that it references the files that are on your hard drive. So very important to know that if you have your videos on an external hard drive and then later you try to export it and your hard drive isn't connected, it won't be able to pull that information if it's not plugged in. So whatever you're doing, make sure it's the same as when you were recording it, that nothing gets unplugged, and then when you export it, depending on the quality that you want, you might want to leave it overnight. Depending on the quality that you want and how long that mix actually is, because I did just a minute and a half and it took like 10 minutes for that to render out properly. So the way it works is you're just going to go ahead and hit the record button. You're going to get a window that says recording. I'm going to move that over here to the top right, and I'll just do a little bit of movement so you can understand how it works, right? Got that moving. Do a little scratch, right? There you go. Then if you want to play around with it a little bit. So, I'm not going to sit here and do an hour-long mix. Actually, I was just playing around a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop on the recording, right? Just so you can get the gist of how it's supposed to work. Now, your mix may be 15 minutes, it may be 10 minutes, it may be an hour long, maybe 5 hours long. Now, just be careful with that when you're rendering it out, because, I don't know, probably could take a week for that to happen. So, we're going to go back to our recording tab. We're going to hit export recording. Dj-Ology is the mix that I had. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead. Alright, so back to numbers again. Now we can have a whole video on just what numbers need to go where, but we're going to keep it at 720. Scaling we're going to keep to fit, because the videos that were playing, they were 720 or 1080 or dimension of. So I think they were 720 that I was playing. So we can just keep it a fit. So good thing to know that if you wanted to export just your left side, you could do that. If you wanted to export just your right side, you could do that. I'm just going to export the mix, which is the final output. Also, if you had a text overlay, you can export that as well. If you don't know what the text overlay is, you could go back to another previous video that I had. I did a MixEmergancy video. It explains the text overlay. Also, if you had maybe your logo on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, it would also make sure that was there. And it's also good, maybe you were doing a set in the club and it had your logo there, but when you go to export it out, you wanted to like have it somewhere else without your logo or without the bar name or something like that. You could do that as well, and make sure to uncheck uncheck this right here where it says image overlay. So if you had like a bar logo or something, quartz overlay, I don't know a ton about it. Those are like beat reactive type images that you see on the screen. Does a lot of cool things, but I didn't really use them, so we're not going to go over that. And then we have our settings here, lots of different settings. So if you want something quick, you know, the dirty quick, let's do high quality fast encoding. So once again, back to the numbers, 2997 and 25, those are just different frames per rate. And really, that just depends on what you're broadcasting on. If you're broadcasting on YouTube, or if you're broadcasting on a projector, or if you're broadcasting on a LED screen, you know, it all has its different things. Or what your source video is too. You want to take a look at that and split the difference. Normally the better looking videos somewhere is like, when I was doing a lot of video editing, my better looking videos were at 25 frames per second. But you know, it also depends on how it was shot and what you got going on as well. So I'm just going to keep it at 2997, the very bottom one right there. And then go ahead and export. Dj-Ology export. Alright, there you have it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our export right there. Came out as a movie, and if you want, I don't know, you can get another software and export it in MP4 if you really wanted to. But let's take a look. Make sure it does everything that it's supposed to do. Say what? Yeah. Alright, so guys, once again, make sure to join the Facebook group. I'll leave a link in the description. You guys were amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to spread the word. Once again, more things that you want to learn, let me know. I'm all about it. Building the community. I got some projects coming up. Very excited about them. And guys, stay tuned. Till the next time, happy mixing.